say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome, everybody. What an exciting day, huh? You guys ready for this? All right, all right. Okay, first of all, I would like to thank Kathleen Gibson, our singer, for her flexibility of being here at a last-minute notice. So you will notice there's a different singer listed in the brochure. So thank you, Kathleen, for being here today. And I would like to welcome everybody here today. Welcome to the graduates, to the families, friends, faculty, and staff, and welcome to our Spring Honors College Medallion Ceremony. I am Dr. Bradley Newcomer, founding dean of the JMU Honors College, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to this exciting celebration of achievement. Today, we come together to celebrate and honor our Honors College graduates and to celebrate this milestone in their lives. We applaud their academic success here at JMU as well as within the Honors College. And this feat of finishing the Honors College requirements is something to be extremely proud of, each and every one of you. And I've finishing up my fourth year, just like most of you are finishing up your fourth year here. So you guys are the first cohort of Honors College students that I've been here for the entire duration. And I've had many of you in my classes in the past 4 years, and it's just an incredible honor to be up here to celebrate this momentous event with you and your families. So congratulations. I would also like to recognize some special guests here today with us. First of all, our platform party today. I would like to recognize Dr. Linda Halpern. She is the Vice Provost for University Programs and a Professor of Art History. Next to her is Dr. Joanne Gabin. She is the founding executive director of the Furious Flower Poetry Center, a professor of English, and the former director of the JMU Honors Program. I'd also like to recognize Mr. Matthew Reed, who's in the end there. Okay. So he's a graduating senior in the economics department. I'd also like to recognize Mr. Jared Diener, our Honors College academic advisor. And last but not least, Dr. Phil Frana, the Associate Dean in the Honors College and Associate Professor in the IDLS program. So I'd also like to extend a warm welcome to some additional special guests. Please stand as I call your name or your group and remain standing until all have been recognized. So first of all, I'd like to welcome my dean colleagues from across campus. So Dean Robert Aguirre from the College of Arts and Letters. Dr. Cynthia Bowerly from the College of Science and Mathematics. And Dr. Michael Biesing from the College of Business. So thank you all for being here. I would like to also thank Dr. Fletcher Linder, the Associate Provost for University Programs. And last but not least, this is the big group. So all of the Honors College faculty, liaisons, faculty advisors, capstone advisors, and readers, please stand. Without your ongoing support for these students, they would not be here today, okay? You have helped them achieve their dreams. You have helped them achieve this milestone in their lives. And without your help, the Honors College and these students would not be here today. The Honors College would not be the vibrant community that it is today. So I thank you all for your support, your time, and your dedication to honors and these students. So thank you again. Okay, at this time, I would like to invite Dr. Linda Halpern to the podium to give us a few short greetings.
And I did promise short. Good afternoon. It's a real pleasure to be here with you today. I offer you greetings from Provost Heather Coltman and the senior leadership of James Madison University. We are extraordinarily proud of the graduates of our Honors College. I congratulate all of the graduates, family, friends, faculty, advisors, and everyone else who is here to celebrate this wonderful event. I've had myself a long and very happy relationship with the Honors College. I have taught in the Honors College. I have supervised honors theses. I've had the extraordinary pleasure, along with two colleagues, of leading the Honors Study Abroad seminar in Florence, Italy, and I counted the list of today's graduates. I think there are 15 of you who are alums of our Honors in Florence experience, so a special congratulations to all of you. I also had the opportunity to work with the Honors Program during its development into the Honors College, working closely with Dean Newcomer in those years of the founding of the Honors College. So I feel a very personal pride in the success of the college and the success of all of you as Honors College students and Honors College graduates. So on behalf of the university and from my own heart, my best congratulations to all of you, and I hope all of the events today are wonderfully happy and successful. And good luck with whatever it is you go on from here to do, whether it is graduate school, job, service, gap year, or following some other passion. I wish you all the best in what comes next. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Halpern. At this time, I would like to introduce our student easy for me to say, right? Our student speaker for today. Matt Reed is graduating with a major in economics. He has served as the Madison Honors Leadership Council president throughout 2018. He has also served in numerous leadership positions within the JMU ROTC program. Following graduation, he will be commissioned into the Army as a second lieutenant and move to Fort Benning for his initial training. So at this time, I would like to welcome Matt to the podium. Come on over, Matt.
All right. Hi. I'd like to start by introducing myself. Thank you, Dr. Newcomer. I'm Matt Reed, a senior who, like all of you, will be graduating from JMU's Honors College, obviously. So, I want to start off by saying the prospect of graduating might have been touch and go for some of us at times, myself especially. But regardless, we're all here and we're ready to go. So for those of you who do know me, you likely know that I'm not especially long-winded, and this will be short. So you all have that going for you too. When writing this speech, I initially wanted to go through all the events we'd experienced together, but eventually I decided that those events and funny stories, one, already happened, and two, are better experienced with a closer group of friends and in a smaller setting. So enjoy that later. So instead, I'm going to address two things that I don't think honors students, myself included, do all that well, and that we should do a little better. So first, I think honors students have a lot of trouble being satisfied. Being satisfied gets a really bad rep today. Most people believe that being satisfied is a sign of someone who's lazy and unaccomplished. There's certainly a stigma against this in many communities that value hard work like the Honors College does. And I don't necessarily think this is right. It's necessary to feel satisfied at times in order to justify the work you've done and the struggle you might have gone through to be where you are now. And I think most people would agree that honor students have an awful time of trying to do this. As soon as one challenge is finished and accomplished, they're immediately looking to move on to the next. So I'll ask you of all days, just stop and appreciate for a moment the work that's gone into doing what you've done and being where you are right now. There's something to be said for finishing this program, whatever your reason for being here. Whether you applied straight from high school, or you just happened to run into Dr. Frana one day, and before you knew what was going on, you were a Track 2 student. Please appreciate this moment and be satisfied for a short time before moving on to the next challenge. My second point is something I think most people, including honor students, struggle with. That is, we need to recognize the people around us. Not just interact with, but really recognize and appreciate the people we interact with on a daily basis. Whether it's the fact that Diane always has candy and advice for a stressed student, or how Jared is always supportive of the ridiculous ideas we've all had. It's easy to just gloss over the impact certain people have in our lives. You would not be the person you are right now without the people who've been closest to you. With this in mind, take time to appreciate your closest friends and mentors at JMU. They've helped you through a pretty difficult experience and actually propelled you towards your goal of being a college graduate. So in summary, I told you it'd be short. I'm just asking you to do two things. Be satisfied for a brief time for what you've accomplished. And two, appreciate and better yet, tell the people you're closest to that they helped you through college. So lastly, I want to thank everyone here in the audience for personally making my time here enjoyable. That's students, family, and faculty alike. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Matt. That was wonderful. Now allow me to, I should just give up, okay? Okay, let's try that one again. I would now like to welcome our next speaker, Dr. Joanne Gavin. Dr. Joanne Gavin is, as I said, the founding executive director of the Furious Flower Poetry Center, a professor of English here at JMU, and the former director of the JMU Honors Program for almost 19 years. So what you experienced as the Honors College has a strong relationship to the foundation that she built during her 19 years of leadership of this program. So Joanne is an author and an editor of numerous scholarly works and is a dedicated teacher and mentor to all that she comes in contact with. Dr. Gavin has received numerous awards for excellence in teaching, excellence in scholarship, and leadership over the years. I would urge you all to read about these incredible accomplishments and her scholarly activities in your ceremonies brochure. So there's a long list there. So when you get a chance, please take a look at it. So will you please join me in welcoming Dr. Gavin to the podium?
Well, good afternoon. This is absolutely wonderful. You all look beautiful out there. Thank you, Dr. Newcomer, for this honor, and all of the Honors College staff for welcoming me back. It's been 14 years since I was honors director and of the honors program, and now look at all the accomplishments. It is now an honors college. There's a dean whose leadership is marvelous. There's a vice provost who is there giving guidance. There is a large honors residence, including you've taken over all of Hillcrest, which is great. It's so, so good to be here. I'm going to make my comments short as well, as short as I can make them, being me. That medallion that you will receive is a symbol of the weightiness of your responsibility as you leave this campus and as you decide to take what knowledge you've gotten here and use it in your professions, in your graduate work, in every walk of life that you choose. So that's the one big M that I want you to remember, that medallion as weighty. The second is going to be the body of my talk this morning. It's the other M that I'm going to give to you, and that is mentorship. I want to talk about three things: finding a mentor, becoming a mentor, and doing that mentoring so well that you inspire others to be mentors. Very simple, straightforward. I found a mentor when I went to graduate school who really changed the course of my life. I always loved literature, but this particular man taught me to love Black literature. His name, George Kent. He was at the University of Chicago. He was on a visiting professorship there. Now, I just was so lucky to receive him as a teacher in 1969, and I came in to the master's program there at U of C. And he introduced me to Langston Hughes, Sterling Brown, Gwendolyn Brooks. It's kind of interesting that I had not had so much of work with these authors at my school, Morgan State University, because at that particular time, African American literature wasn't taught at a Black school, which is interesting. So I had to go to the University of Chicago and meet George Kent, and he became my mentor. Now, as I said, he was a visiting professor. So at the end of my master's program, when I was going to go blithely off to become an English teacher in a high school, the English department said, "Oh, no, no, no. We want you to stay. We want you to go into the PhD program." I said, "What?" After it settled that I was wanted there, I said, "Well, I would like George Kent to direct my study." They said, "Oh, no, no, no. He's a visiting professor." And I said, "Oh, is that so?" So, you know, it was 1970. People in my generation were activists. So you know what often some universities did, especially with Black professors? They would invite them to come to the university. They would have on record that they had Black faculty, but they would not commit to giving them full professorships or full positions. So, in my activist mode, there were two of us in the department, African Americans. I started a petition. It looked a little lean with two names. So, I went to the black students in the College of Business. I went to the students in the education departments, the sociologists, the medical students, the lawyers. And after a while, I had a long list. And I took that list to the head of the department, Dr. Bevington, and I said, here are the people who want George Kent to stay. If George Kent doesn't stay, I will not stay. So, 2 weeks later, George Kent was given tenure, full professorship rank, and the opportunity to study and work at the University of Chicago. George Kent stayed my mentor from 1969 until 1982. He saw me through my dissertation and the early stages of publication of my first book on Sterling Brown. I saw George Kent for the last time in 1982. I went to Chicago. I heard he was ill. I wanted to see him. And his wife said, now, Joanne, don't register shock in your face when you see him, because he's really down under 100 pounds. He was suffering with cancer. And I saw him as he walked down the hall towards me, and I tried not to register shock. But this man was just a shadow of himself. And he sat down with me, and he didn't talk about his cancer. He didn't talk about his illness. He didn't talk about his pain. He just talked about how happy it was for him to see me, and he wanted to know about my progress on the book. It was a wonderful last meeting, because just a month and a half later, he passed away. And I just want to share with you the little poem that I wrote for his memorial service. It's simply called The Mentor. Silvered hair, intense eyes, jaunty step, wizard words, gentle wit, quiet confidence. I will remember all these pieces of you. Yet, when I find you again, I will know you by your steadfast faith. Because he really had faith in me. I had many other mentors after George Kent. To name just two, Sterling Brown, the subject of my first book, and Gwendolyn Brooks, the person I dedicated the Furious Flowers Center to. But go on, I'll go on to the next one, becoming a mentor. I took great pride in making a special connection with the students in the honors program. I gloried in signing their dissertations or their theses. They felt like dissertations, I'm sure. And sometimes I had to give tough advice. You may have read about one set of tough words I had to give to a former member of the honors program, and that was Sean Tobin. How many of you know that story? Did anyone? Okay, some people know that story. Well, I'm going to tell it very briefly. I think I have about 3 minutes. I had to have Sean in my office because, unfortunately, he did not have the requisite 3.25 GPA. He had a 2.35 GPA. And I knew mathematically he could not get to that 3.25 by the time he graduated. So we had to have the hard conversation about leaving the honors program. And he was a big man on campus, very charismatic. He was in all kinds of clubs. And Dr. Beesing, he was in the College of Business. You know this man. Well, I think he took it pretty well when I kicked him out of the program. But he came back many, many years later, and he said, Dr. Gavin, you changed my life. You advised me to go off and do what I could do well. And he has done extremely well as a financial wizard. He came back just recently, and he and his wife honored me by making me the first named professorship in the Honors College. I'm not bragging. I'm trying to make a point. Be a mentor. Thirdly, if you do your job well, you will not only find a mentor, become a mentor for someone else, you will inspire a whole cohort of mentors and mentees. I had a student by the name of Carmen Gillespie. She was a psychology major. She came into my class. She left an English major. She became a PhD candidate and then a PhD in literature. Now she teaches at Bucknell University. She recently did a TED Talk. I'm so proud of her because I mentored her. And now she, as a mentor, can inspire others. 1 minute to finish up. I want to leave with you 2 action items. And I want you to do these immediately. You might not be able to do it instantaneously, but immediately. I want you to tell your parents and your guardians that you love them. And I want you to thank them for what they have done to shape your life. Action item 1. Secondly, I want you to go up to your mentor, whether it's the advisor to your thesis, a teacher who has mentored you, a friend, a member of the honors staff. Go up to them and say thank you, because I know your parents have not raised ungrateful children. And finally, this all comes with a charge. You have to go out and serve your community with all this knowledge that you've gained. And you have to seek justice in our nation, because we are in dire need of people with good ethics and good morals. Then you have to walk humbly. Even though you have all of this knowledge and all these talents, you have to walk as though you are going to share those and not be boastful of them. And finally, people, my good people and my graduates, you have to go out and make JMU and the Honors College proud of you. Will you do that? All right. Charge on.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Gavin. That was incredible, incredible. Okay, so this next portion of the ceremony recognizes each of the students and their accomplishments. And you get some fancy bling to go along with it, right? So now I would like to invite Mr. Jared Diener, the Honors College Advisor, to present the students for their medallion conferrals. Jared, come on up.
Hi, my name is Jared Diener. I am the Academic Advisor in the Honors College at JMU. And this portion of our ceremony recognizes the outstanding achievements of our graduating students. Will the graduates please come forward, and we will recognize each of you as you receive your honors medallion. Come forward. As the graduates make their way to the stage, we ask that you hold your applause to the end, and please do not block the sight line of other guests. There will be time after the ceremony for photographs. Morgan Kylie Cornwell, Communication Sciences and Disorders. Hannah Michelle Goulet, Anthropology. Nina Wynn Schenk, Anthropology. Rachel Lorene Venata, Anthropology. Taylor Nicole Van Ness, Architectural Design. Megan Cairns Phillips, Art History, Studio Art. Catherine Elizabeth Young, Athletic Training. Rachel Marie Barbarek, Biology. Zachary Logan Holly, Biology. Annie Lynn, Biology. Mary Evelyn Pearsall, Biology. Shelby Lynn Pedigo, Biology. Holly Rose Rucker, Biology. Jacob Allen Whitley, Biophysical Chemistry. Monica Marie Gerber, Biotechnology. Alexander James Hurd, Biotechnology. Brooke Madison Justice, Biotechnology. Shailene Elizabeth Brennan, Communication Sciences and Disorders. Diana Nicole Burke, Communication Sciences and Disorders. Nicolette Susan Chuss, Communication Sciences and Disorders. Ashley Jean Cox, Communication Sciences and Disorders. Karis Ann Giesler, Communication Sciences and Disorders. Ashley Bryce Hilliard, Communication Sciences and Disorders. Ellen Marie Jones, Communication Sciences and Disorders. Jennifer Elise Markfeld, Communication Sciences and Disorders. Bryn Noel Morales, Communication Sciences and Disorders. Brenna Erin Murray, Communication Sciences and Disorders. Lydia Mary Erickson, Communication Studies. Hannah Grace Creighton, Computer Information Systems, Spanish. Ryan Thomas Strand, Communication Studies. Catherine Michelle Susko, Computer Information Systems. Joseph Austin Crouch, Computer Information Systems. Adam Painter Blaylock, Computer Science. Kathleen Mackenzie Kraft, Dietetics. Alexandra Marie LaPecha, Dietetics. Allison Sinclair Fisher, Economics, French. Kyle Christian Beck, Economics. Donovan Alton Pierce, Economics, Political Science. Matthew James Reed, Economics. Julia Lynn Hutchins, Engineering. Aaron Patrick Sloss, Engineering. Reese Renee Frazier, English. Patrice Marie Splan, English. Grant Deldon Collip, Geology, Spanish. Arden Lee Tennyson, English. Victoria Marie Hojanaki, Geology. Catherine Chu, Health Sciences. Logan Wren Mahoney, Geology. Olivia Faith Daniels, Health Science. Sarah Elizabeth Eline, Health Sciences. Stephanie Elizabeth Rathjen, Health Sciences. Catherine Grace Topf, Health Sciences. Emma Elizabeth Appleton, History. Christian Andrew Ford, History. Christopher Brian Huber, History. Hunter Wade Pratt, History. Salim Pierre Abouat, Honors Interdisciplinary Studies. Jesus Cayetano Armenta, Honors Interdisciplinary Studies. Ryan Edward Adams, Honors Interdisciplinary Studies. Matthew Charles Ashley, Honors Interdisciplinary Studies. Meredith Grace Browder, Interdisciplinary Liberal Studies. Courtney Nicole Seibert, Honors Interdisciplinary Studies. Kyle Ryan Duffy, Honors Interdisciplinary Studies. Desiree Ademba, Honors Interdisciplinary Studies. Paige Marie Franklin, Honors Interdisciplinary Studies. Edgar Ivan Guzman, Honors Interdisciplinary Studies. Caroline Carson Henry, International Business, French. Gina Alessandra Valentino, Integrated Science and Technology. Laura Kathleen Yates, Integrated Science and Technology. Bridget Ann Reed, Intelligence Analysis. Melissa Ayers Toman, Intelligence Analysis, International Affairs. Ryan Andrew Walters, Intelligence Analysis. Alexandra Louise Wilson, International Affairs. Mallory Elizabeth Orr, International Business, Modern Foreign Languages. Amanda Jean Becker, Kinesiology. Justin Miles Kidd, Kinesiology. Jillian Olivia Mackey, Kinesiology. Angela Rosa Petretta, Kinesiology. Graham Howard McGuire, Management. Isabel Elaine Kerr, Media Arts and Design, Writing, Rhetoric, and Technical Communication. Emily Diane Hadfield, French. Jocelyn Ann Abrahamson, Music. Nicole Ann Phillips, Nursing. Morgan Nicole Timberlake, Nursing. Ashley Marie Lascano, Philosophy. Christopher Emery Gothard, Political Science. Jewel Mackenzie Hurt, Political Science. Paige Stewart Moody, Political Science, Spanish. David Tenney Rosenblum, Political Science. Haley Noel Walter, Political Science. Faith Margaret Benton, Psychology. Rachel Caroline Brown, Psychology. Emily Margaret Isola, Psychology. Norman Morris Ellis III, Public Policy and Administration. Laura Harris Vandemark, Secondary Education. Sarah Ann Savetes, Statistics. Martha May Hemingway, Studio Art, Art History. Joanna Wyndham Pottle, Studio Art, Art History. Emily Ann LaPlante, Theater. Caroline Tyson Mohan, Writing, Rhetoric, and Technical Communication. Please join us in congratulating all of our 2019 Honors College graduates.
We're just going to wait for the last photographs. Okay, we good to go? Okay. So, as we close the ceremony today, I want to remind our graduates that you are our future. As Dr. Gavin said, there is great responsibility with that, right? And I absolutely loved her key points, right? Find a mentor, be a mentor, and then give that legacy to the next generation coming behind you, right? So you are our future. Please remember that. And based on this year's graduating class, The coming days look incredibly bright to me. Even with all the challenges that we see in the world, all of the challenges that we may be facing as individuals and as a society and as a world, I still think it's a bright future, right? And if you going out into that future is any indication, we are in good hands. And I am able to sleep much better at night knowing that you guys are going out into the world. It might sound cliche, but it is completely honest. So you are going to be out there helping us shape the future, shape and lead the change, and help us make this world a better place than what we have inherited. So I am very, very proud of each and every one of you, and we give you our blessings and our well wishes as you leave this campus and leave this honors community. We hope that you're going to stay in touch with us through the years. I really mean that. Please come back and visit. Eventually, we will have a homecoming presence at some stage, and we want you guys to come to our homecoming brunch once we figure out that we're going to do it. And it might actually be this fall, okay? So please come back and stay in touch with us, and please read our emails that we send you, okay? It's how we try to stay in touch, but please keep in touch with us. Give us your contact information. We're not going to pester you all that much. A couple emails here and there, but keep in touch. Remember us, give back, offer to be a mentor for an upcoming honor student once you get established in your career and your profession. But if you don't remember anything else from today, remember that you will always have a home here. You will always have a home at JMU, right? I mean, this is a special place. So you will always have a home at JMU. You will always be a Duke. And what I think is more importantly, you will always have a home in this honors family, okay? You all will continue to be in our family. And I will say to the parents and the loved ones that are here and the friends, you are part of our honors family too. So you all stay in touch and send us some checks periodically. So, with that shameless plug, I would like to kind of close out this ceremony, right? So now we're going to ask our graduates to stay seated for a group photo. So we want to get a group photo with everybody. Families, friends, guests, please help yourself to refreshments and a buffet that is set up downstairs. And your sons and daughters, the students, will join you as soon as we get that group photo. And then the ushers will kind of help you, direct you to that buffet setup. And then before we close out, I would like to invite you up to sing. Yes.
Hello. Madison, James Madison, will be forever true. Our loyalty will always be to JMU. While friends remain within our hearts and knowledge guides our way, James Madison will lead us on to conquer each new day.
Okay, students, stay seated. Parents, friends, families, you can follow the ushers out those back doors. Just one quick reminder for those of you that are interested in attending the university ceremony at the stadium this afternoon, please keep an eye on your time. There's going to be shuttles that leave here around starting at 2:15, and there's a shuttle stop across the street, and we also have a shuttle right outside these doors in the loop that will start around 1:30. So just keep an eye on the time. And with that, congratulations, graduates.